Frog went a-courtin' and he did right, Frog went a-courtin' and he did right, Frog went a-courtin' and he did right, with sword and pistol by his side, Well, he rode right up to Miss Mouse's door, He rode right up to Miss Mouse's door, He rode right up to Miss Mouse's door, gave 3 loud raps and a very big roar, Said he, Miss Mouse, are you within, Said he, Miss Mouse, are you within, Said he, Miss Mouse, are you within? Yes, kind sir, I sit and spin, He took Miss Mousie on his knee, Took Miss Mousie on his knee, He took Miss Mousie on his knee, said, Miss Mousie, will you marry me, Without my Uncle Rat's consent, Without my Uncle Rat's consent, Without my Uncle Rat's consent, I wouldn't marry the president, Uncle Rat laughed and he shook his fat sides, Uncle Rat laughed and he shook his fat sides, Uncle Rat laughed and he shook his fat sides, to think his niece would be a bride, Uncle Rat went running downtown, Uncle Rat went running downtown, Uncle Rat went running downtown to buy his niece a wedding gown, Where shall the wedding supper be, Oh, where shall the wedding supper be, Where shall the wedding supper be? Way down yonder in a hollow tree, What should the wedding supper be, What should the wedding supper be, What should the wedding supper be? Fried mosquito in a black-eyed pea, Well, first to come in was a flying moth, First to come in was a flying moth, First to come in was a flying moth. She laid out the tablecloth, Next to come in was a Junie bug, Next to come in was a Junie bug, Next to come in was a Junie bug. She brought the water jug, Next to come in was a bumblebee, Oh, next to come in was a bumblebee, Next to come in was a bumblebee. Sat mosquito on his knee, And next to come in was a broken black flea, Next to come in was a broken black flea, Next to come in was a broken black flea. Danced a jig with the bumblebee, Next to come in was Mrs. Cow, Next to come in was Mrs. Cow, Next to come in was Mrs. Cow. She tried to dance but she didn't know how, Next to come in was a little black tick, Next to come in was a little black tick, Next to come in was a little black tick. She ate so much she made us sick, Next to come in was a big black snake, Next to come in was a big black snake, Next to come in was a big black snake. Ate up all of that wedding cake, Next to come in was the old gray cat, Next to come in was the old gray cat, Next to come in was the old gray cat, swallowed the mouse and ate up the rat, Mr. Frog went a-hopping up over the brook, Mr. Frog went a-hopping up over the brook, Mr. Frog went a-hopping up over the brook. A lily white duck come and swallow him up, A little piece of cornbread laying on a shelf, A little piece of cornbread laying on a shelf, A little piece of cornbread laying on a shelf. If you want any more, you can sing it yourself,